Okay. So the warm-up today, because I want it to be easy, 100 jumping jacks, 25 squats, and 10 bear crawl push-ups. So 100 jumping jacks, 25 squats, 10 bear crawl push-ups. Yeah. Bear crawl push-ups are the ones that are like here. Bear crawl push-up. Back up. Okay, go. All right, neck circles. Other way. Up and down. Side to side. Ear to shoulder. Shoulder circles. backwards. Chicken wing. Other way. Across your chest. Over your head. Pivoting. Hip circles. Other way. Legs wide. All right. Right hand grab right foot. Left arm goes overhead, sort of overhead. Other side. All right. Fall forward, drop to your hips. Up, Cobra Stretch. Look over your right shoulder. Look over your left shoulder. Go back for child's pose. Lean to your left. Lean to your right. Go back to tabletop. Right arm goes underneath left arm. Put your shoulder on the mat. Left hand goes on top of right hand. And look to your right. Back up, other side. Back up. Put the back of your wrist on the mat, on the ground. Straighten your elbows and rotate. All right. Turn your palms down, fingers facing you. do the same thing here. All right, shake it up. Okay. All right. Okay. Movement drills. Let's do hip escapes. Hip escapes. Regular, and then at like when you make it to the end of your mat, on your forearm, and then on your hand. So regular. Turn around on your forearm. Down on your hand. All right, next, collar drag, arm drag. So go. All right, next movement. Bridge, hip escape, scissor kick, forward roll. Bridge, hip escape, scissor kick, get on your knees, forward roll. Bridge. All right, next movement. We'll simplify it a little bit. We're gonna do a slow back roll, and then we're gonna take one step, 1 foot up, 1 knee up, and then we're gonna do like a shot. So slow back roll is terrible. Come up, 1 knee up, and you're gonna shoot in from your knees like you're doing like a low ankle pick type situation, right? So back roll, 1 knee up, 1 knee down. Yeah. One knee up, 1 knee down. Like imagine you've just been, somebody underhooked you and rolled you, and you're rolling yourself over and getting back up, and like you're gonna ankle pick them. If you want to imagine that, or you just do the movement. All right, time. Get water, get your dummy. Am I waiting high to the dummy? Okay, we're just gonna work on transitional movement for a little bit. So we're gonna go from side control to knee on belly to, let's go into mount, and then switch to the other side. I'll wait for you. Okay. So we're gonna start in side control, hand on the shoulder, hand on the closed shoulder, hand on the far hip, come up to knee on belly. I'm gonna do that double knee thing here. I'm gonna get there. I'm just gonna stop over at mount here, and then come back up here, and then get to knee on belly, and come down to the side control. So it's just movement for a little bit. So side control, knee on belly, mount, side control, knee on belly, side control. So I'll show it one more time for the sake of the recording. So just do it as I will explain it again. Side control, knee on belly, put both hands on the shoulder, both knees into abdomen here, come down for mount just for a second, come back up, keep your hands on the shoulders here, go out for knee on belly here, come down for side. Okay, time. So I'm going to talk details about each position. You don't have to listen to me because you're all advanced, but for the sake of the video, I'm going to just talk details for each position. You guys, while I'm talking, since you already know it, do 2 submissions per position. So 2 submissions from side control, 2 submissions from knee on belly, 2 submissions from mount. If you don't know, like, you know at least one. If you're like confused on the second one, you can also maneuver your dummy to, like, if they're going on their side, like for knee on belly, if they're trying to like move to their side. There are more options than just sitting there. But do those, and I'm going to talk through this video for details on the positions that you already know. So now you guys just go. And I'll check back in like 2 minutes after I go blah, blah, blah. Yeah?
Any particular position, are you saying we should stay there to do the submission, or can we transition to another position from, let's say, knee on belly to get a submission?
I will allow, especially knee on belly, you would probably go to another position, but the submission starts from knee on belly. So say like a Kimura would end up being like a north-south position, but it would start from knee on belly, or, you know, like an armbar or whatever. Yeah. Yeah, go. I will check back in. Ignore me. You can mute me if you want. I'm going to talk details. All right. So for the newbies that may or may not be watching this video, side control is here. One arm is underneath the head. I usually am cupping the shoulder on the other side. My shoulder is in their neck, jaw, face, whatever. This hand is usually, for the safest control, I'm controlling both the hip and the shoulder. So here I'm cupping and I'm cupping. So I'm cupping here. My knees are at the hip and underneath the elbow or shoulder if I can. If not, it's at the armpit here. So when I come up for knee on belly, I'm putting my hand on the close shoulder and my hand on the far hip, and I'm hopping myself up here and dropping my knee on the belly here. I want all my weight going into their belly. Like I want to be drilling their abdomen here. To transition from there, I'm going to put both my hands on the shoulders. I don't want them on the floor. I want them on the shoulders for the maximum amount of pressure here. And then I'm going to drill both of my knees back into the abdomen here. My toes are pointing up, again, for maximum amount of discomfort for the person. My toes are pointing up. I can transition to mount from here. That's not really how it normally goes, but a transition to mount. Both my knees are on the ground. I can hook my feet on the legs. I can tuck my feet under. But here, this is mount. I want to be here. I want to be solid. And then I come back up. I'm putting my hands back on the shoulder, coming back up to that. We'll just go to the double knee on abdomen here. And then I'll put my other leg out. Back in that knee on belly position on the other side. I'm going to bring this up. I'm going to place my knee at the bottom of the shoulder here. My other knee at the hip. I'm going to come down in that same position as we did earlier, but on the other side. Great. Okay, talked. How are y'all doing with submissions? Ooh, we're doing lapel submissions. I mean, yeah. Nice. Oh, cat. Hello, cat. Trying to do a choke over there. Maybe. All right. Mm-hmm. Kitty. Kitty wants to play. Ah, cat. Cat tail. Kitty. Hi, kitty. All right, time. We're gonna do more transitions from side control. So instead of doing knee on belly, we're gonna do beach body transitions. So we're coming from side control, and instead of doing any knee on belly stuff, they're like thrashing around. I'm gonna turn to beach body towards the head. My hand on this side is still in the same position. I also want to make sure that I don't end up going backwards here, because then they'll like, right? So I want to make sure that when I beach body, I'm grabbing this arm, pulling it up, kicking my knee to the shoulder here. The other knee is up. I'm beach bodying here. This is the most ideal. Sometimes I won't get that, so sometimes it'll just be my knee will be at the armpit or something, but underneath the shoulder is better. I want to make sure that I'm tight here, and I want to lean forward here. So from here, I'm going to transition to north-south. I think I've shown different ways to get there. Since I have put the arm right here, we'll just feed the arm across, and then I'm going to come around. I'm going to put my knee on the other side of the head. This hand I'm just keeping there for to trap them. I'm going to come around. Elbows at the armpits, hands at the hips. Here. I'm going to move that back over there. From here, I'm going to put my knee or my shin against the arm. Come around. My elbow is going to be at the hip. My hand is going to be at the armpit, shoulder. Here, I'm replacing the other one, coming around here. Coming back to knee on belly. I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to beach body towards the legs. Again, making sure that my head is forward. And from here, I'm going to go to, I'm going to scissor kick into mount. Okay. From here, I'm not going to put my hand underneath the head. I'm actually going to put my elbow at the armpit again. I'm going to come off this way, come back into side control. So circle around one way, then circle around the other way. Yeah? So one more time. You got it. Do it. I'm just going to circle around the other way. Or I will face the dummy this way. Okay. So I'm starting in side control here. I'm going to beach body this way. Got arm here. I'm just going to squish the arm to the chest. And I'm going to scissor my legs so that my knee is on the other side of the neck. Here, I'm going to transition my hands, arms to both sides of the body. Here. I'm going to tuck the hand that I'm going towards. I'm going to put that bicep underneath my shin. I'll put my shin over the bicep. This hand is still here. I'm going to lock right in it. I'm going to put my hands together and step back. From here, I'm going to take my shin off the bicep, pull it up, scissor again. It's a lot of scissoring. Come back in the side control. And then from here, I'm going to beach body towards the legs. Here. Making sure that I'm always controlling the hips and the shoulders. Here. And then I'm just going to scissor into mount. And to get back into side control, I'm just going to actually put my elbow underneath or I'll say on top of the bicep if it's available. Extend my leg that I'm going over and scissor. Come back in side control. Make sure my hand is underneath the head. All right, transitions. All right, now do a submission at each point. So the positions are your like normal points. So mount, the 2 side controls, and north-south, a submission from each of those spots. At least a submission. Optionally, if you want to throw on a gi, You can do some of your own gi submission things from Beachbody. But that's only if you want to put on a gi right now. Let's make this simple, and if you don't want to, don't. If you need any help with north-south submissions, let me know.
Yeah, I'll take a suggestion for a submission from north-south.
You can do the like soft choke one, especially from this one where your control is kind of far away. So you're here. You would take this arm and put it underneath the head as you put pressure down here. So you're going like this. Your lat is on the side of their head and your bicep is on the other side of their neck, right? Here. I'm going to then extend my other leg as I push this shoulder, the other arm shoulder, into their body. Extend here. And then I'm going to walk myself that way. I have to push. I have to make sure that I'm staying low and pushing them because they'll try to walk towards you to relieve the pressure. You can do that one. That's one option. Other option would be a Kimura, which might be simpler. So you can come from here. Here, you put your arm underneath the shoulder. Here. If you had your gi on, you'd grab your gi or just cup here and then put them on their side. Get that Kimura here. My dummy is heavy. Also, my dummy scratched me. Okay, we'll do one more set of submissions. Time. I should say time first. We'll do one more set before we do our end workout thingy. So we've transitioned into Beachbody towards the head. But we also have a clear opening to just get scarf hold. So this arm is out of the picture. I'm going to go in for a scarf hold here. So that means a scarf hold versus like Beachbody here. Beachbody, I have both arms in front of me. Scarf hold, I have that arm behind my elbow and I'm cupping the head. And usually to make this, because people here will roll you. Like this is a very easily rolled position if you're not hunkering down. So usually what I do is when I'm here, this hand will grab at my leg, lock that in, and I'll come down. I'm still putting pressure with my elbow or my shoulder down in their face, right? I'm staying here so that I don't get rolled over. Now I have access to this arm. If it's facing up, I'm going to put my ankle on top of the wrist here and then hip up. If it's facing down, depends on what exactly they're doing. Sometimes I'll come with my foot and cup it on their wrist if it's straight, and then I'll do another hip up there, If it's doing a Kimura thing, I'd mess with it. That one's a little harder because they're just trying to do that same thing as like when you're in side control and they're moving their hands here, here, here. Oh, that's my bad shoulder, so yeah. Here, here, here. So that's usually what they'll be doing. But if they get too far this way, I can't get an Americana, right? So I'll actually push the shoulder into them. I'm going to drop my head onto the ground here. I'm going to drop my head to the ground. I'll usually clasp my hands in an S grip here, and then I'm going to drop my chest to the ground and then do the clock walk thing here. So you're going from beach body to the scarf hold. You can do those 3 submissions, but really what I want you to focus on is that arm triangle. So you can mess with the arm however you want. If you don't want to, we'll just skip right into arm triangle, where I'm pushing the shoulder across their neck here. I'm gonna drop my head to the ground, make sure that my head is cut or is bracing their shoulder against them. I'm going to S-grip my hands here. I'm going to flatten myself out and walk. Walk my body on the ground. Yeah. Scarf hold. Do a couple of those. We'll probably review that another time. Emmy does a lot of scarf hold. It's her go-to submission. Don't let her get you in scarf hold. Don't lean back, Sarah. Lean forward. Yep. Yeah. Yep. Sure. Hug them. Cuddles. Your dummy has joints, right, Jen? Sort of joints, not really joints, but sort of joints. Does the arm submissions feel like arm submissions when you do them, or no?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like my problem is I always feel like I'm approximately in the right place, but not getting the actual choke. So I think I need to do this on a real person to make sure I'm doing it correctly.
Got it.
What's your hand doing once you've passed there to move into the arm triangle? So I've passed this across, and my head's underneath their neck. I've passed this over. Am I just grabbing like my own? Like
So I usually do an S grip, or yeah, an S grip, or I'm physically just like putting my hand underneath and then pushing their shoulder because they're going to want to brace out.
Okay.
So I'll just keep pushing their shoulder.
I forgot about the S grip.
Or S grip. S grip or cupped shoulder. Alrighty, time. Where's my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Put away your dummies. So today was more about like the transitions from top, mostly because I didn't have a plan besides focusing on transitions. So yeah. Anyway, so we're gonna do our end of the workout. So we're gonna do 7 movements. We're gonna do wall sits, then down for leg lifts, and then planks, then back to wall sits, the hip up thing, the hollow hold, and then back to wall sits. So we have 7 movements. The wall sits happen 3 times. We're doing it for 45 seconds with a 10-second rest. So everybody find your wall. We'll start with wall sits. Okay. Ready? All right, next are leg lifts. So get back on the ground, and we're gonna do leg lifts, just regular up and down leg lifts. All right, flip back over for planks. Sorry, pause it. Okay. Why are you stopping? There we go. Planks. All right, back to wall sits. Wall sits. Behind your wall. Make sure my work is working. right, back on your backs. We're gonna do hip ups. Just leg straight up and then just hip up. Try not to let your legs get past the center, just straight up. Don't let it go down here. All right, next are hollow holds, so just stay lying down in hollow holds. Shoulder is fine. Work. All right, last thing is wall sits. Last round. All right, time. And that is it.
Super awesome.